One of the sides of being a video game reviewer that people just don't realize is all the games that we get sent throughout the year. Now, yes, having a job where you're sent games from developers on a weekly basis, and sometimes even multiple keys a day, does sound to many like a dream. But let me explain that this is bad in two ways. First, if we get a key for a game we love and want to keep playing it, we're fresh out of luck. If we do that, we ignore all of the other games that we're sent and expected to cover and start building up a backlog. So we rarely get to properly binge a game that we really enjoy. Second, and more forgettable, is that we're often sent games that are marketed well and look good in the press briefings, but turn out to be absolutely horrible. Yet we don't know that until we've played them. That means we're spending time playing bad games instead of those aforementioned games that we want to play. And we have to play them long enough to fully plumb the depths of their brokenness, bad art design, horrible map structure, or predatory marketing. And you might think that devs wouldn't want us to review the games they sent us if we're going to review them poorly. And that's only partially correct. They want glowing reviews of their dumpster fire. They want us to gild the garbage and sell their game. But they'd prefer a mountain of bad reviews over silence. I mean, think about the absolute horrible launches in the past. No Man's Sky came out missing everything but the space. But now they have a positive Steam review and are coming out with DLC on the regular. Fallout 76 was janky at the best of times and had an economy with more holes than my Rust base, and yet now it feels like a great entry into the Fallout series. Or Cyberpunk 2077. You'd never guess when it launched that they'd be rolling out a DLC that people are lapping up now, but those are the success stories. But here are a few games that I had the unfortunate displeasure to be given this year that I don't suspect will be one of those success stories. But first, a reminder that we are giving away 2 Steam games each day, and all you need to do to win one is to subscribe and comment on the daily giveaway video like this one. And I assure you, none of the games on this list are in the giveaway. We saved those for ourselves, I guess. Symphony is a puzzle game where you try to place matching tiles in an oddly shaped grid over 3 rounds. And each round leaves less and less space, expecting more and more from you as the game progresses. And that would be a fine entry into the puzzle genre if that was the extent of the game. But no, there's an entire overworld that you have to run around in and attempt to do their janky parkour. And I found myself literally baffled at what they were expecting me to be able to do. The controls would not allow it, however. And the story they were telling was a ham-fisted morality tale about ecosystems that didn't gel well, argued with itself, or against itself, and was actively not compelling. But even that wasn't our worst entry. Imagine if you grew up in the heyday of Commander Keen and Crystal Caverns, Mario, and all those 2D platforming games of yore. And then, imagine you got into a horrible train crash and forgot all the lessons of those games, but still retained the desire to make a 2D platforming game. Well, Trainwreck is the right descriptor for Pyramid Quest. Set in the titular pyramid, attempting to gather treasure from the dead and avoiding snakes and such, but the controls are stiff, and the treasures are the same in every level, and the graphics are worse than Commander Keen for attempting greatness. But an attempt is better than our next entry, Espresso Espresso. What to say? The press briefing says it's a barista simulator where you can make your own drinks and run your own cafe, but it doesn't. The graphics are poor, the options are limited, and the game doesn't actually work. It was so alpha when it was given to us that it should never have been given out as a review copy, or even an alpha preview. It needs to be able to run first. And it's just a waste of my time and a waste of a great theme that has very successful games in it like Cat Cafe. Go play that one instead. Very good. But by far, the worst game we played this year was The Shore VR. Not only was this Lovecraftian-themed horror game a waste of a great theme, and let me say that the Shore non-VR version is a beautiful game, that shares many of the same problems. The level design shows you where you need to go, and the landscape shows you that you can certainly get there. But invisible walls, in so many places, prevent you from walking over a small ridge in the floor to get to that glowing tower that you obviously need to get to. And even when you get there, the puzzles there need to be brute forced, and all the normal game design tropes like worn down paint where you need to go, those are off the table. Lovecraftian Horde doesn't hold your hand. It might eat your hand, but it doesn't hold it. But then, when you add the VR option, an entire new world of wrong design choices and janky controls present themselves. I'll not rehash it here. You can watch us stumbling through it by following the link below to our coverage of it. Enjoy! Now, before you go, don't forget to subscribe and comment on this video to enter the daily giveaway, and we'll see you tomorrow for another giveaway video with some of our surprisingly favorite games of the year.